Let's talk about some rules that will help you be clear during the presentation. So first of all, imagine that you are talking to a 5-year-old kid. So don't look at them as directors that know everything, so you should use fancy schmancy words, but rather try to be simple, as if you were talking to a 5-year-old kid that has problems with understanding economic jargon that you would most likely use in such situation. I would strongly avoid also using consulting bullshit jargon. Most of the directors and CEOs dislike it, or they don't understand it, or both, so just don't do that. Use terms and definition used by the customers. So every company that you're going to visit, they will have their own languages. They will have some sort of a different definitions from the generally accepted. So if you use terms and definition that they're familiar with, it will be easier for them to understand. I would also recommend to avoid pushy, fancy slides, but make them as simple as possible. Remember that most of the directors, managers, and CEOs, they've not been consultants, so they don't know how to read slides. Don't put too many things on them because simply it will be very difficult for them to read those slides. Linked to that is the rule that I try to always follow. So try to have one message on the slide and then just show things related to this message on the slide. For longer presentation, I would recommend to use some sort of a tracker that shows you where you are. So you show them first the structure so that there will be 5 sections. And then if you move from one section to another one, show them again the whole structure and highlight which section you are in. In this way, they will not get lost that easily, and it will be also for you easier to explain them how those things are linked. I would also recommend discerning between useful and interesting. I've seen a presentation delivered by consultants during which they would talk about things that were interesting but not useful. And again, in this way, you look not professional and you concentrate on things that has no value for them. And on top of that, you can cause some unwanted discussion to appear. And instead of concentrating on the main message, you will have a discussion that may derail the whole presentation. It is also a good practice to crack a joke from time to time. Obviously avoid jokes around politics and religion, but this will help them also relax a little bit and again, not treat everything too seriously. And finally, don't overburden them with messages. So if you have 10 messages that you would like them to see, but 5 make the biggest contribution to the result that you're showing, just show 5. The rest you can present after they are accustomed to the main messages that you want to show them. If you show them the 10 messages at the very beginning, then you may lose some of them during the presentation. They might not be interested, or again, you might spark some discussion that you would not like to have. So keep it simple and avoid things that they will not be able to understand.